for what you have created in your financial situation and in every situation in your life. So that's number one. Take responsibility for your current situation. Step number two, organize your debt. See where it comes from. Your home, your credit cards, monthly expenses, your car payments, your food, the utilities. Make a list of everything that you send out from your bills and your monthly expenses, everything that goes out, make a list of it. Organize it into categories so that you can see where your money is going. Most people have no idea where their money goes. I mean, I've seen people with their checkbook, they don't even write the check number down, and they don't even know what the check was or how much it was for, and at the end of the month they're getting all these notices because they're not paying attention. You need to organize your debts, and when you make a list of them and you look at them, you'll say, wow, I didn't need all of this, and I could have changed some of that, and where's the other things that I need? So you're going to find room where you can eliminate some things so that you can add other things in. So that's step number two, organize your debt into categories and see what you're spending every month. Step number three is your income source. Categorize that. Are you the only one working? Is there no one working at all? How are you creating the energy of your income or the energy of your life, which becomes your income? Look at all the sources of your income, even the smallest amounts like the interest on your savings account or the money you won at the football pool or whatever it is, you're beyond your salary and including your salary. Make a list of all of your income sources because you can see then where it is you can make changes in that. It's very important then to match the income sources with the organized debt and see where one outweighs the other. And hopefully you have more income than debt, but on these days, what happens when we have more debt than income? The balance goes to credit card. That's how we pay for it, by using credit for money we don't have, and the companies who have credit cards, they're the ones making the money, and you're the one getting screwed out of all of that. So step number three, organize your income sources. Step number four, where in life did you develop the mind patterns of low self-worth and punishment, self-sabotage, etc.? Look at where in your life these things began. Like I told you in the beginning, mine came from my childhood where I was imprinted with having lack all of the time. Now, step number six, out picturing what you want. And what I mean by that is, as I mentioned earlier, see all of the images of what you want to create, car, home, money, whatever it is that you want. And you know what? Do not limit yourself. Whatever you want, a house in the south of France, visualize that. You want a penthouse on Fifth Avenue, visualize that. Do not limit yourself and think, oh, well, that's not really for me. That's like for some, other people. You could have anything in the world you want. You want a Rolls Royce, you can have a Rolls Royce. Anything. Abundance and prosperity is your birthright. It's what you deserve. So see it clearly, put it in brown, put yourself in brown, and live as if you have it. And when you do your prayer work and your meditation work, thank the God mind as if you already have received it. What many people do, making the mistake with this out picturing, is they forget to release all the junk from the past, which is what I had in step 5. So you're going to do your release work, and that opens up the energy door or the room for out picturing what you want to fill in the negative spots that you've released. So number 6 is out picturing. And then number 7, very, very important final step here, and that is accept the positive energy that you've created. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people go through all these steps and get to the end and they create the most wonderful situation for themselves, and then they leave it. They just can't handle it because they don't accept the positive. They just don't feel like they deserve it. And that's because they only half-heartedly did the first 6 steps. So number 7 is you accept everything that you create for yourself without guilt, without fear, without resentment. You accept it and know that you deserve it no matter what anybody else tells you, because there will be people out there who have their jealousy issues and will make you feel like you don't deserve what you have created, and that's their issue. Don't make it yours. Make sure that you stay inviolate during all of these steps to filter and protect the energy that's around you. Janet, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Well, I think that you've given us a good outline of things to do. Again, it's practice. These are steps that we're sharing with you right now that we've used, and we do them daily. And this is one issue with society as it is today, that there are so many distractions out there that you're pulled this way and that way, and so you're looking at this list, and it may seem a little bit ominous to you. But the important thing is that you're making an effort and that you're moving forward and that you have a goal of where you're going and you reach and attain that goal versus feeling like you're a victim of society. And that's really the point that we want to get through to you. And even I realize we've had a lot of technical difficulties. We've had people in and out of the phone call. We're learning just like you are. This is important. And what happens? This is a very good example. There's a lot of sabotage that goes on. I'm getting emails in from people saying that they can't get on, that they're having issues, that they didn't get the link, because we're trying, and that's always the first step when you're making a change in your life is to try. The next step is that actually to get on there and start doing something that's constructive. There's an action out there. It's beyond trying. And everything is new. So sometimes we make a step forward, we make a couple steps backwards, but we're still working and working and working. And so what I want to let all of you know is that we do have a special discount for you for our April seminar. And this link will be sent to you when we send you a recording of this call so that you can listen, hopefully, to the good parts that we're able to make it through. But again, it's collective. It's everybody that's out there. It's everybody that's pushing, and you're all trying to move yourself forward. That's exactly what Stewart and I work on every single day, because good can get better and better can get best. And you want to understand that once the mind pattern is installed, it's there and things automatically flow to you. So while we're rewiring the brain, we're rewiring our life in general. There are lots of things that are going to happen. There's going to be a shakeout. There will be people that will come and go. There will be things and there will be events that will come and go in your life because you are reordering everything that's going on. You no longer have to leave your body physically and start a new life stream. You really are changing horse in the middle of the stream, so to speak. You're changing your life, you're redirecting, and you're doing it consciously. And this is something new for most soul personalities that are here. And you're doing it in the midst of very difficult times. Well, you know what? It's the difficult times that force you to take a look at life in a new and different way. And that's what this is all about. Again, if you read our stories, go back to Montauk Alien Connection, look at Blue Blood. There was a time when Stewart and I lived along with a newborn baby in the room the size of what most people have for a bathroom, along with a computer and all of our things. But we were determined to get out of there. We were determined to make a life for ourselves and our family and be able to support ourselves. And now we have a whole worldwide global network that supports us and our research, and we're able to do the things that we love with the people that we love in the way that we love. It has been a struggle. And if you're new to our work and you click on our website and you see us standing there and you listen to what we have to say and you see our books and our products and our DVDs and you think, wow, they've got it made. You know, you have to realize the struggle that we've been through to get to where we are, and we are learning still. Yeah. You have to appreciate where you are in order to move forward.
Another thing is affirmations. Someone asked about affirmations, and my favorite one, and you probably heard me say this many times, is I now attract and receive and accept all the abundance and prosperity of the universe. I'll repeat that. I now attract and receive and accept all the abundance and prosperity of the universe. Write it down. Keep it where you can see it. Think it over and over and over. Let your mind be reprogrammed in the proper way to receive abundance and prosperity at all times. And I even have an exercise, which I did in my last class, where you merge yourself with all your alternate selves in every universe where you exist, where you are abundant and prosperous in every part of your life. So you can even create your own affirmations and do your own merger work with your alternate selves and your other existences where you are completely wealthy and prosperous in all categories of life. I also years ago taught a visualization, if some of you remember, where you, at your pineal gland, create a brown equilateral triangle with a brown circle inside that equilateral triangle. And inside the circle, you image whatever it is you want to create, what car, job, what have you. And when you see that image inside the brown circle, inside the equilateral triangle, as perfectly as you can imagine it, and you can't think of any other way to make it more perfect, then immediately you put the circle and the triangle and the image all completely in brown, and you put yourself completely in brown, and then you will send it on its way, and you don't even go back to think about it anymore. Because it's kind of like sending a letter. You know, when you send a letter, you don't keep going to the mailbox to look for it to see if it's gone yet, because then you're holding it back. You wait until a letter is gone, and then you wait for the answer. Same thing with the visualization. When you do it completely perfectly and you can't think of another way to make it more perfect, you let it go, and you don't go back into that because you don't want to destroy the energy of what you've just created. Let it go into universe and God mind to create itself and manifest physically the way that you would like it to be. Someone writes in about the wealth and prosperity archetype cards that we create for people, and they wanted to know, besides putting it under the pillow, what's the best way to use it? And so you can put it under your pillow as long as it's facing you, and you can even make smaller images or copies of it and put them facing your body in your clothing so that the energy is with you all day long where you go to work, school, what have you. That image is constantly in your energy field replicating. So you can do it that way. You can even, those of you who have radionics machines, use it as a template for your radionics. Use yourself as the target and use the archetype for wealth and prosperity card as the energy sender, and then you're constantly all day long receiving that energy from radionics. So that's another way that you can do it, and there's so many very creative people out there that I'm sure that they can think of other ways that they can do receive the energy from from prosperity and wealth on the archetype cards.
I like to put mine on under my water bottle, and then my water bottle picks up the frequency and I drink it. And so that imprints me as well with a new wealth and prosperity frequency. And a lot of times, we may have answered this already, but I'm going to repeat it. A lot of times things start shaking up in ways that you hadn't envisioned, because what happens is you have a lot of mind patterns that prevent you from wealth and prosperity in your life. And so it starts shaking up those mind patterns first in order to make it so that the wealth and prosperity can actually get through to you.
That's a good idea about the water bottle, though. I do like that. Oh, and by the way, you know, Dr. Emoto, who experimented with water, said that if you take a glass of distilled water and you keep it in a glass or crystal jar, and then you put the image of what you want to create facing the water, it actually does imprint the water. And then you can drink that, and you're drinking in the frequency of what it is you want to create. So that is also very similar to what Janet was doing with her template. Another person writes in about a personal question that they have, and she says, my husband and I are starting a new stone carving and engraving business and would like advice on the business name to help it succeed. Well, the name is extremely important for any business. You know, I once had a client, and I can tell you this because it's an old story, but the client wanted to name their business, and I won't tell you the whole name, but it had the word knife in it. And I said to them, well, you know, that knife has a very negative energy to people who view that or hear that name, because it makes it feel like they're being attacked or